महाराष्ट्र में एक केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय खोला जाए।
Thank you, Madam. I stand here on behalf of the Nationalist Congress Party and support of the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2023. I was listening to the Honourable Minister while he made interventions while introducing the bill. I would compliment him and the government for bringing this bill, especially on such an important day, the Mahanirvan Din of Bharat Ratna Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. उनको आदरांजलि मैं अर्पित करती हूँ और उन्होंने जो शिक्षा के बारे में कहा है, it is the education which is the right weapon to cut the social slavery, and it is the education which is enlighten the downtrodden masses to come up again, up the social status, economic betterment and political freedom. So that's, I think, the whole idea of bringing this bill today. I would like to ask the Honourable Minister a few questions. I'm making a completely academic speech. It's not a political speech. So I would like to make that point very clear, because education is a very serious subject. It's not BJP versus NCP here. I am standing here as a citizen, as a mother also who is keen on education. So I have a few pointed questions to ask the Honourable Minister. In the earlier speech, Rajaji spoke extensively about ST, SC, OBC, equality, dropout rates. I would take 2-3 more points what he suggested ahead. That what is going to be the curriculum of this university? Because my colleague from Andhra Pradesh mentioned that you started this in Andhra, but it's in some old dilapidated building. I don't want to get into the merits of it. That उसको 10 साल हो गए शुरू होके, फिर ये नई स्कूल जो यहाँ कॉलेज शुरू कर रहे हैं, उसके बाद नई एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आई है. If this is an inclusive, and you have written over here that this, why have we started this? We have started this to provide avenues of higher education and research facilities primarily to the tribal population of India. So what is going to be the education quality? Is it going to be research about the tribal but advanced education is my first question to you. So curriculum, how are you going to fund it? And what is the way forward? Because right to education, सर्व शिक्षा अभियान जिस देश में लाया था, अटल जी की सरकार में, मुझे याद है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम लाया था. और उस टाइम यहाँ एजुकेशन सेक्रेटरी थी कुमुद बंसल जी. One of the finest officers government of India has had is कुमुद बंसल, who started सर्व शिक्षा अभियान. और उसी टाइम में एक नया प्रोग्राम सरकार ने शुरू किया था, कस्तूरबा गांधी बालिका विकास योजना. कस्तूरबा गांधी बालिका विकास योजना किसके लिए शुरू की थी? फॉर ट्राइबल गर्ल्स फ्रॉम द स्टैंडर्ड 5वीं से 8वीं तक. नाउ द होल पॉइंट इज, वो ट्राइबल गर्ल्स के लिए बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम था, लेकिन अगर आप उसको हॉस्टल में लाएंगे, नई दुनिया दिखाएंगे, तो 5वीं कक्षा में वो आ जाएगी और 8वीं के बाद क्या होगा उस लड़की का? और असर रिपोर्ट से, असर का जो रिपोर्ट आता है, जो प्रथम इंस्टीट्यूट करती है इस देश में, इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अ बाइबल फॉर एजुकेशन. एवरी इवन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया यूजेज असर एज अ रिपोर्ट. सो असर रिपोर्ट सेज कि जब कस्तूरबा गांधी का जो एक प्रोग्राम है वो 5वीं से 12वीं तक करना है, एंड देन कनेक्टेड टू दीज यूनिवर्सिटीज, ओनली देन द ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन, व्हिच माय कॉलीग सप्तगिरी सेड, कि हाउ विल दीज चिल्ड्रन क्वालिफाई टू ज्वाइन दीज. सो ये बालिका कस्तूरबा गांधी बालिका विकास योजना जी है जो है, वो क्यों ना इस यूनिवर्सिटी से जोड़ा जाए? अगर आप इतना बदलाव करना चाहते, एक न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी लाना चाहते, सो व्हाई डोंट वी यूज दीज डिबेट्स not to just make a point against you and me कि 70 साल में क्या हुआ. Let's look forward and give each other some fine suggestions to improve education, to make it an equal, and that way only we have a right to take Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's name and quote him. We'll have to walk the talk. So my suggestion to this government is that why don't you expand this Kasturba Gandhi Balika and connect it to all these universities which you are opening. There are many tribal schools and ashram shalas pan India. महाराष्ट्र में जिस राज्य से मैं आती हूँ सर, बहुत अच्छी आश्रम शालास वहाँ भी है, देश में सब जगह है. लेकिन what is the quality? Has government ever outside of Asar report quantified the quality of education that is given? And I am of the opinion, which I am just proposing to this government, कि आप सब कहते हैं कि आपकी जो लीड स्पीकर थी सुनीता जी, उन्होंने कहा उनकी 4 जाति है सिर्फ. उन्होंने काफी एक्सपैंड किया, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी कहा. I want to take this forward. If you have only 4 jatis, then why are we making separate education systems? If we are looking forward at artificial intelligence, are we looking at the world? We want to make our children global citizens. So why are we having such a narrow outlook for these children? RTE आप ही मेरे ख्याल से मनमोहन सिंह जी के सरकार ने लाई थी. 25% children in an RTE go to private schools on subsidized. So वहाँ जात धर्म नहीं देखा जाता सर. So if it's a elite school as we call it, नहीं तो DPS हो या कोई भी बड़ी स्कूल इस देश में हो, उसमें RTE की 25% सीट्स रखी जाती है. So why not make these children include in these also? So they come into the main highway. Why should they be left aside, aloof in a tribal school? Why do you remind them every day कि तुम tribal बच्ची हो और तुमको tribal ही करना है? Why? In a global citizen, you want to make, how will technology help this child? Why not make it inclusive? I'm just suggesting, I'm not taking away from the intent of the government. The intent may be very good, but with technology changing, with mobile which has given us so much power in our hands now, why not find a way, a better way? Right now maybe, but in 5-10 years, this idea may be completely obsolete. And why not make this Central University for Tribal as a research institute? Whoever wants to, ऐसा नहीं है कि ट्राइबल बच्चों ने ही ट्राइबल का करना चाहिए, दूसरा भी कोई चाह सकता है कि मैं ट्राइबल के लिए सीखूं. So if you want to really keep their values, their traditions, why should only a tribal learn Warli painting? Why can't somebody else who's a wonderful artist learn tribal Warli painting? Or learn their languages, their cultures? Anybody who may want to do a scholarship or a PhD on tribal lives of India and map all of them. So I'm just making a larger point today here that what is this government's point? I will not repeat points, but I want to make 2-3 quick questions. That all the ST-SCs, you get national overseas scholarship schemes. The reply which the government has given is there are restrictions on topics. Here you want the tribal girl or the boy to fly. If you want them to fly and become global citizens, then why are restricted subjects? If you're opening it, open, bada dil karke kol diya. Let them fly all over the world. Why can't we give them an opportunity? Why is there restriction on subjects? Then again, the stipend given to them. That proposal has been sent by the Social Justice and Department and the committee, but the Finance Ministry has not approved it. What is the allocation? There is a lot of scholarship allocations given. Have you given all of them? Because states don't get these allocations. I think one of my colleagues talked about Eklavya schools. Has anybody assessed the Eklavya schools of what is the quality of education in Eklavya schools? It's not quantified anywhere. We have to constantly go back to the Asar report, which Pratham does. Now, Pratham is an outsider. You are the real insider. Or then you take help from Pratham, which is a wonderful NGO, and improve your Eklavya schools. It's no point just announcing new lovely schemes when the old schemes are not giving us results that we are looking for. The other thing about vacancies, and I think the dropouts, a lot of people have said, so I will not repeat the point. But I would like to ask one more question. That when we are looking at education with the new education policy, making it inclusive, modernizing, using technology, want our tribal children, the President of India, as your lead speaker said, she's so proud of her, and there are many members who are tribals here and who have been in the past, who on their merit have done extraordinarily well. I mean, even Mr. Gavit, who just spoke, is a highly qualified member of parliament from Maharashtra. We are very proud of him. My question to you is, UGC is an independent body according to the best of my knowledge. Now, UGC has come up with a new policy which has a selfie points. Now, why are colleges looking at selfie points? I mean, I send my children to college, पढ़ाई करने के लिए, selfie निकालने के लिए नहीं मैं बच्चों के साथ भेजती. UGC is a very serious, it decides my child's future. This selfie point, Rudy ji, I would like to expand since he's asking me. UGC has taken out an order that colleges in India should make photographs of selfie points with the Honorable Prime Minister's photograph in the background. That's the explanation. I did not want to say it because I have very high regard. He's not only your Prime Minister, he's my Prime Minister also. So I was trying to keep this point away. But really, I don't send my child to learn how to take a selfie to school. Don't politicize. That is a bad. It's UCC. I have it. I can put it. I can table it. I can table it. I can table it. It's in the news. 2nd of December. I'm happy to yield. I'm happy to yield. I'm happy to yield. Minister is replying. Minister is replying. I'm happy to yield.
Answer will be given in due time. Answer will be given in due time. It does not require to repeat again. And it is the Prime Minister's photograph, and students are being encouraged students are being encouraged to serve for the Vikshit Bharat.
UGC order is set. Sir, what is it? Sir, he is confirming it.
Okay.
Madam.
Sir, I was trying to be as dignified about it.
One
He is
second.
confirming it.
Why don't we
Shri Rajiv Pratap Rudi
why don't we
ji.
have the President of India?
But
भाई आप लोग को क्या तकलीफ है अगर बच्चे इस देश का अगर प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ कहीं भी फोटो खिंचवाना चाहते तो आपको क्या तकलीफ है?
बोले दीजिए। बन जाइए,
आपको
हो
क्या
गया।
तकलीफ है?
हो गया।
क्योंकि महोदया मैं समझ सकता हूं उनकी पीड़ा।
उनका समय नहीं लीजिए, बोले दीजिए। हम समझ गए वो लिखित है।
महोदया तो क्या आपत्ति है? क्या तकलीफ है?
हो गया, समझ में आ गया, बैठ जाइए। हो गया, इन लोगों को समझ में आ गया। आप सुन लीजिए। अरे रूडी जी बोले जाए।
मैं तैयार बैठा हूँ।
हाँ बोलिए, अब बोलिए। अरे हो गया, क्या डिस्टर्ब कर रही हो? आप लोग इतने अच्छे से बोलवा लिए, उनको बोलने दीजिए। आप उनको बोलने दीजिए। बैठिए, प्लीज बैठिए। बैठ जाइए ना।
1 मिनट में खत्म करें।
अब खत्म करें।
1 मिनट।
अच्छा 1 मिनट खत्म करिए। 1 मिनट बैठ जाइए। 1 मिनट में खत्म करिए। 1 मिनट।
thank you. All I'm trying to make a statement is let's make our education inclusive was my limited point, which the suggestions which I made. And I appreciate the Honorable Minister also for coming honestly telling us what the UGC plan was. So I'm very grateful to you. So the record is set for the country what the truth is. And last line, I would like to quote, because like even the speaker from the Treasury bench quoted Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, he comes from the state where I come from. I was fortunate enough to be the only girl child to my parents out of choice. And I'm highly qualified education-wise. So I'm one of those lucky girl child, as they call him. I don't call myself a girl child. I was born a single child to my parents out of a choice and a girl. But I was fortunate to be born in a liberal family and married into an even more liberal family, where education is very, very forward. So this, I would like to quote Mahatma Jyotiba Phule because of who I stand here today, is without education, wisdom was lost. Without wisdom, morals were lost. Without morals, development was lost. Without development, wealth was lost. Such has happened due to lack of education. So that's my limited point. So if you're making this intervention for the tribal of this world, we welcome the step, we support it, but we make it as individual and make them global citizens and include them in the new education policy and come back with a more detailed, comprehensive bill to make it more effective is my limited choice. Thank you, Madam.